How's everybody doing? You guys are watching Helgen Tech. Today I want to talk about the LG G5. Now, this is one of the most underrated phones LG has ever made, and as a matter of fact, all LG phones are very underrated. When they're very capable devices. Now, this phone came out all the way in 2016, and technically, when it came out in 2016, was the world's first modular smartphone. So when it came out, it had a lot of controversy, especially on the design and especially the way some things function on it. But even today in 2021, I think this phone is beyond snappy. When I found myself picking this thing back up and trying it again, it's very snappy. So it came out of the box with Android 6 and is upgradable to Android 8, which is Android Oreo. But honestly, this is a good device, especially for content creation for those people who want to learn. So it's got a very interesting build. It's built out of aluminum. A lot of people were saying it wasn't true aluminum when it first came out, but it's actually aluminum with a coating that is the same as when people paint their cars or companies paint the cars. It has that type of coating. So like I said, it's got a pretty nice display of 1440 by 2560 with 554 ppi, and it's got a removable battery, which is doesn't even exist anymore. And the LG was one of the last ones that to keep it, especially on devices like the LG V20, in a very interesting way. Now, a lot of you are probably interested in the gaming of this device, so I decided to test out some gaming and see how it will work out and see how it performs. So we're gonna get to that, and let's get to it now. Now for this portion of the video, you guys are more than welcome to skip forward and skip this gaming if you want. Now this is rated Shadow Legends. This is a game that I've been playing for a while. I stopped, but it can be a very graphically intense game, so I decided to download it. And I didn't show the part where the settings are on the highest settings, especially for the frames per second and the graphics all the way to ultra. I had to put my graphics on low and keep the frames per second at 30, um, and it performed better than I expected. But anything higher, it will struggle. You guys can actually see a little bit of lag, especially if you play this game on a flagship phone. You'll know that it's a little bit laggy. You're more than welcome to skip forward if you want. This is just me playing, and yeah. This is what I mentioned earlier. Make sure you go into settings and put it on low, not medium, ultra, or high, and 30 frames per second, and it will perform the best. Any other way just didn't work out too well. I have another game. I don't remember the name. It's already started up, but it's kind of like Candy Crush. It's like one of those games, and a game like this, from what I tested, actually works fantastic. Any games that's like Candy Crush, like these matching games, these simple games that don't work or don't play on landscape, they work on portrait mode, work very well. I mean, very nicely. I don't think games like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, Fortnite will run too well, especially on the phone with an outdated Snapdragon 820. But overall, it plays really well. And basic games like this that people want to play on the go will work fine. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna play it out just a couple more seconds, and you guys are more than welcome to skip it and see for yourself. Also, if you guys find yourself enjoying this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and check my Twitter for giveaways. Thank you so much. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. There's a little bit of a problem with this phone since it's older, and it's the battery life on the phone. Gaming will kill it. So if you guys are wondering how's the battery life on a phone that's this old, you might have to purchase some new batteries. Yeah, of course, but it's one of those phones that doesn't have wireless charging or anything like that, but it does have a removable battery, which might work on your favor. So the battery now is pretty horrendous. Playing the game for a little bit will fully kill it. So here you have this thing. You pop it open in this corner. Your battery will pop out. I showed you guys that earlier. And if you guys get this little piece, I'm not sure if it's still on sale. I will look for it and drop it in the link below. But this thing right here is fantastic. This is a power bank with the LG G5 battery when it first came out, and it charged the battery. You turn it on and it turns into a power bank. So you can just plug it in if you didn't want to swap the battery, and it starts charging your phone. And it was very handy. It fits in your pocket and easy to use. Now you can get a Type C. It has a Type C plug in there, and has a Type A. So you can use the C to C, connect it to your phone. Let's see here. Right, and put it on the phone, and your phone will start charging. So that's it. It's a power bank, and you can swap the battery immediately if you want. And you can see right there in the top corner, 74% is charging. So very handy tool. You can put in your pocket, fits anywhere, and it gets the job done. Quick charging. Now, technically, this was the world's first modular smartphone, and it has some crazy cool accessories like the 360 camera, which obviously allowed you to see in 360 on the go, and you can hook it up and put an SD card on it and work with a lot of cool stuff. And the Cam Plus. The Cam Plus was a very cool feature that turned your phone on almost into a DSLR camera. It was very cool. Now, there's other appliances and these tools that I'll pop the pictures right here in the corners. I just wasn't able to get, especially the audio. That release only in Korea, and there's the headset, and there's a little robot you control. All these I wasn't able to get. I tried to get as many as I could for this video. Unfortunately, I wasn't, or the prices were too high. But this is what I found, and I'll review those. Now, I wanted to start with the Cam Plus, and the Cam Plus is one of the reasons why I said this is a great device for content creation. All you have to do is remove the battery, clip it to it, and attach it just like you're replacing the battery, and it takes over. It only makes the bottom a little bit thicker, and it might make the bottom just a little bit longer, and it's actually not even that uncomfortable to hold. So it looks solid, and it actually adds a decent battery to it. But that's where you turn it on right here, and that top button is where you press it, and it's the shutter button, and you press it, and then that one's for recording. So it's your Type C, you charge it, and now this thing actually has a 1200 milliamp hour battery in it. So you get both of them together, and you get decent battery life. Overall, we're going to power this thing on and show you guys what this thing is capable of, and it's actually very cool. So all you have to do is make sure your phone is on, make sure your Cam Plus is charged, and when you find a button, which is where you turn it on, it should automatically activate it. Sometimes you'll get this screen. I don't know why you get that screen about the received data and stuff, but just do it again. It'll work. And you get it open right there. And once it's open, you have your DSLR camera. This is very cool because this camera is not even outdated. This camera works really well. So you press it, you take a picture. See, every time you press it, you get your picture. There's another picture there, and then we're going to hit this button, and it'll start recording the video. So now we just started recording a video with the press of a button. We don't even have to touch the screen. So this is something that's very important, especially for content creation. With a simple device, it's not even expensive. You can get this phone for less than 80 bucks. And the Cam Plus is about $5 right now. You take your pictures, you do whatever you can, and you do content creation with just a phone. And the good thing about this is it even fits in your pocket, and you can take it on the go. Now, while I'm putting this in my pocket, I decided to put some pictures up for you guys, so you guys see this phone is capable of doing great things. Now, the selfie camera is an 8 megapixel camera, but in my opinion, it's not the greatest, but it gets the job done. So here's some other pictures with the main camera, which is a 16 megapixel wide camera. And it's got a 8 megapixel camera as well. So it gets the job done pretty well, and I haven't had any single issues with it. It's capable of outperforming a lot of phones, and you won't even tell the difference sometimes. But here, hope you guys get a chance to enjoy these pictures and have some video to show you at the end. Alright y'all, so now I'm recording on UHD 3840 by 2160 resolution, and this is what it's going to look like. I'm recording the exterior, which is the backyard over here on a Victoria property that needs a lot of work. But this is what it looks like so far, and I'm going to swatch to the wide. We get a wider view of the area. I'm going to walk forward and see if you guys can see how much it moves if I walk. Swap it back. Doesn't look half bad for an aged phone, so I think it looks actually pretty good. Alright, so this is the regular 1920 by 1080 FHD resolution with 60 frames per second. It actually moves way smoother than all the other ones. And as you walk forward, I'm not sure if you can see my movement as much as the other one, but it just moves smoother. You don't get that blur effect. This girl over here harassing me. And this is the main sensor that you're going to be using when you guys record with this phone. So it looks pretty good. It gets the job done. And honestly, compared to a lot of phones, you won't even be able to tell the difference. Especially if you're good at editing and can do a little bit of editing. Let's go to the wide angle. Wide angle 1080, 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second. The only problem with the wide angle when you're recording, it looks like you're going around in a circle. If you pay close attention to the edges, it kind of misshapes some features, some trees, some things, just to fit them in as a wide angle. This is one of the oldest wide angles we have, so it's not perfected, but that's exactly what it looks like, and I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Alright guys, well here's the 360 camera. This thing is very cool, especially for content creation. I keep telling you, this phone is perfect for content creators who just want to start. So it's a very cool device that connects to your phone, and here's your charger. You put your micro SD card there, and the little things so you can put it on the mount and record videos on the go, especially on the mount. But it's a very cool little device that can get a lot of things done for you. Now there is a small problem. The only problem that you're going to run into is if you purchase a LG G5 now, and I'm not sure if, depends on the model, but you need this 360 camera manager, because you have to actually download it and find an APK file online. I don't remember which one. It took me like 5 others to find, but I don't recommend this because this phone is outdated and you might download something you're not supposed to download on your phone. Once you get this, you're able to actually connected to the phone once you find the right one, because the one that's built in the device is stop working or doesn't allow you to update it. So unfortunately you're gonna have to do that. But anyways, once you get the app downloaded, or if you already had it, you turn on the camera and it pretty much connects via Bluetooth, and once it connects on the app, which is loading, you'll be able to start using it. So as soon as it loads, we're gonna go outside right now to get it taken care of. Alright guys, now that everything's ready to go, you get your camera, you put it wherever you want, and you'll get ready. It might ask you for some updates. Disregard it. It's all outdated. When you move it, you see it'll move in the phone. And we're going to find a spot to do this and show you guys what it looks like. I'm not sure if I'm going to have any trouble uploading it, but we're going to see what it comes out as. Alright guys, so unfortunately I wasn't able to actually put it in the video in the 360, and I'm not sure if I can put it in this main video. It had to be a separate video. Anyways, this is what it looks like. It records everything 360. You move it around and you get access to everything. It's a really cool little camera, especially for content creation. I'm not sure how many people use 360 cameras nowadays, but it was very cool for its time, and it actually records up to 2K. So it came out pretty nice. It looks great, especially in the outdoors. So I'm not even mad at it. So, this little camera comes out. If you go to eBay, I think you can get this little camera for, it could be around $50, $40. It records both ways. So I don't know if you guys are really into content creating in 360 cameras, it's worth it. But paired with this phone, it's a very fun experience, and I recommend it to anybody who wants to content create. All right, well, now that it's 2021, has this thing aged well? I personally like to think so. The battery is not the greatest, and it actually does die way faster. And a lot of them actually suffer from screen burn, so make sure if you get one, you get a newer one. I think this is a great device for anybody who wants to start content creating. It's very fun to use, and in my opinion, it's a still relevant camera. So if you guys really want something cheap to record and have fun with, get the LG G5. LG does it best.